In the deep darkness, where reality and fantasy merge into one, do you dare to enter the unknown world? So let's get to the stories. The incident happened to my younger sister and my family. At that time, my sister was in ninth grade. The incident took place in 2017 and I suffered for a year because I still do. I don't know why such thing happened to people. My story is just normal event. It was interact with personal and my family history without mentioning. Listeners may not fully understand my brother's situation. It happened to my younger sister wedding day. The marriage registered offered at the 7 p.m. but when I was trying to say Kabul, she suddenly get angry, stop up and refused to say it. That's how it all started. She was parting in every day, from view to physical force, but she kept repeating on things. The groom's face looked distorted to me. That night was sleepless for everyone. The grapes stayed with me that night. In the morning, mother came to our house. There was a lot of crying and the groom left, saying make the understand, once everyone fine, we will pass with the wedding again. That very day, we took my sister to my peer in our area. He performed an exorcism on Griffin or amulet. When the turned home is placed, we saw that my sister was wearing in the string around her neck, but she amulet was missing. I was not too surprised, assuming she had removed it herself. Then my mother brought another amulet and tied the around her neck, but within hour the entire amulet disappeared. When we asked my sister about it, she said he had no idea what had happened. When we told the Kaji about it, he said that a Jinn had taken my sister as wife. He demanded $5,000 to the soul. Since we didn't want to play, we called another Jinn master. But the something happened have the grip amulet, but it disappeared. We went to 5 to 6 different hairless, but nothing worked. Manuel, my sister's in-laws, were pressing us to send her to their home. We explained the situation to our team, but they didn't believe us. One morning, I frustration if I tried to convince my sister and I tried up to hitting her. I immediately different genes started equating through her one after another. They demand milk, rice and other things to eat, which we provide, start a series of question and answer. We learned that there are 7 genies processing her. One of them was Slayer Lender, which they referred to the elder brother. We realized they belonged to Hindu community. It was strange and terrifying experience. Many people rendered the situation incident. Then I thought Kobira's about. This one was brought in my sister-in-law. He gave an amulet, but the same thing happened. Again the sting remained around her neck, but the amulet was gone. The next day the Jinn master came again. He completely claimed no Jinn is strength enough to break my amulet. As soon as avoid, my sister became extremely angry, and another on the 7 Jinns looked over her body. The processed sister extended her hand toward the Jinn master and said, "Give your amulet." Many people, including my family members and our daughter, were present. In front of everyone, the Jinn master tied to thin string, almost like a rope, with the amulet into her hand. But right before everyone's eyes, the sting slowly started tearing apart on this one. Everyone is shocked. My sister hears us recite in front of her hand, as if was she playing and laughing. The pet was saying that they could not do it. In this way, more than 100 amulets were repeatedly given to my sister, and she beat like a rat. We kept collecting the old amulets. In this way, 17 pounds come and went. Manuel in the evening, 7 Jinns afraid on my sister. There was no exception during the day either. In between, my sister kept giving my parents even any other things, but she more reason she ever laid a hand on me. At that time, my sister number 24 was eating her. One day my sister was watching TV with everyone. Suddenly something grabbed my sister's hand and put it. My sister went to 10 hands away like a horror movies. My sister's hand was flicked up in the air and fell to the ground before impelling away. I was there. I ran and grabbed her hand. I saw her crying. She was saying, "Brother, save me." I was also crying and saving. "I am with you." At one point, I started pulling the people who were with him. Suddenly, I saw that everything became quiet. We all held my sister down and laid her on the bed. But 10 minutes later, the suddenly started cooking herself, crying and pleading, "Let me go, where are you?" The house was full of people, yet no one could pray her hands away from her knee. After a while, her grip loosened, and she started coughing violently before growing up. Then she kept saying, "Why are there so much smoke in the room?" But there was nothing there. After some time, my mother, crying, pleaded, "However are you? Please leave me." She kept repeating it for a long time, and finally they left. A little while later, one of the Jinns turned and possessed my sister again. Frustrated, I slapped at her and thus lost unconsciousness. When I realized consciousness, she wanted to go the toilet. But as soon as went to in, the Jinns turned to hold her back again. With great effort, we managed to bring her back to the room. This time, one of them introduced himself. He claimed to be the elder of the rest. Everyone in the room was terrified. Speaking in a deep, mature male voice, he declared, "I will marry this girl. I will not let her marry everyone else." While everyone was in shock, my anger had reached its peak, and I immediately started crossing at the Jinn. The lender kept warning me not to do so, saying that if I continued to harm my sister and never let our family live in peace. But I don't stop. I kept crossing without restraint. Then standing in front of my sister, I started sleeping in her evidently. I completely lost control. After a series, a heart, a sleep, and onslaught, the Jinn finally said, "For now I am leaving, but I will take revenge for humiliation." I repeated, "Let's see of your ancestor drum to harm us." For the next 3 days, my sister was not possessed. I thought maybe it was finally over. It would have been better if the Jinns never returned. But she had other plans. Actually, 3 days later, it all started again. This time, no other Jinn engaged, only the elder, and they started continuously for 2 days, refusing to leave. If I kept hitting my sister every time to drive him away, she would actually die. She stopped eating and drinking. I realized they were not going to let her go this time. Maybe they would even kill her. Then I suddenly remembered something Jinn Master had once said, that my sister Maclef unactually married the Jinn, which is why they would not let her marry anyone else or leave her. Jinn Master had promised to solve the situation for $500. Left with no choice, I went back to him. But now $500 to recommended $800 instant. I agreed, but only on condition, that is must free my sister from the Jinn. 3 days had passed without my sister eating a single bite. Jinn Master avoided clearly in the morning and declared that the Hindu Jinn had possessed her. He said the only way to free her was to marry her to a banyan tree. Following Hindu functions thought a soundless oath or frustrating. I thought we've tried everything is late, try to this. Right now my sister's survival is the only one thing the matter. So we called a Hindu family, found a banyan tree far from our area in remote place and saved it. My sister, my parents, her mother-in-law and her husband all accompanied us. Once we reached the banyan tree, the Purit began chanting mantra while covering my sister's head with a scarf. As soon as the chanting began, the Indian atmosphere became heavy and suffocating. A strong wind started blowing, as if it would sweep everyone away. The fire I had nearly went out. Even though the banyan tree stood alone in the open field, it felt as if surrounding tree as I shaking and violently colliding with each other. Amidst all this, a strange wailing sound filled the air. At first, we sat beside the tree. Then the Purohit lit a fire in front of the started following everything into the flames. While cheating, suddenly we all heard the strange noise. The sky darkness unusually, as if at night the head fallen in broken daylight. For the first time, I felt a bit scared. But the Purohit warned us, "Do not move a single step from where you are standing, no matter what happens." Then the Purush said that my sister had a circle of the tree 7 times. I offered to carry to because she hadn't eaten from the 3 days and I were to walk. But the Purohit refused to say it. She had to do it herself. If I worked with her, it would mean that we are getting married instant. I could not imagine how she would manage in such a condition. But we focused our ghost thought with I hoping this would flying bring place. With a great difficulty, she completed the 7 rounds around the tree, barely able to stand. Then the Purohit handed her a red sidur and instructed for to apply it to her forehead. He said this would complete it to the marriage ritual, and on her bed at home, everything would be fine. As soon as they applied to sidur, she collapsed to the ground. At that moment, the violent wind around us suddenly quit. We take her home and bathe her and give her food. The next 3 days we were unsitting. The house felt like it was constantly being shaken by a storm. Object would move or the on off if I by the unsensed force. Then on the third day, everything became calm. Within 2 weeks, my sister recovered almost completely. We were overjoyed and decided to the restart wedding discussions with her in-laws. On the morning of the day we were supposed to visit, I wake up to my sister terrified scream. I refused to her room and saw the entire bed shaking violently, as if lifted by an invisible force. I was shocked. Hadn't we already driven the Jinn away? Hadn't we even expelled it elder? How was it happening again without delay? We called the Purohit, the Kaji, and the another Jinn master. They all gathered around my sister, and the Jinn master approached to summon the Jinn to understand what is happening. Just like before, the entire house loaded with strange, stormy noise. Something arrived unsensed, but the presence was undeniable. The Jinn master asked, "Why are you back?" The Jinn replied in a deep voice, "You married this girl to me. She is mine now. I will never let her go. I have always lived in the tree." If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more story. Thank you.